Happy summer! It's glorious outside today. Welcome to Chrissie Crafts. I'm Chrissie. Come and see what's on my hook, what's in my hoop, and what's happening at home. And some knitting too. So hello everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful summer wherever you are. If you've been here before and visited me, welcome back. Thank you for popping by again. And if you're new, welcome. And have a cup of tea, sit down, and let's have a good chat. So we're winding up the school year here in the UK, and that means teacher gifts. I have a few that I need to finish up, but I'm pretty much ahead of the game this year. I like making things. I have lots of friends who are teachers, and I know they have plenty of mugs, plenty of bars of soap, bath products, plenty of little hand creams. So I always like doing something different for them. If you're a maker, you know what I mean. You like making things. So that's what today is going to be about. Different gifts to make, different projects that I'm working on. So what's on the hook? First off, what's off the hook? I've actually completed something. Don't act too surprised. I know I'm queen of the whips, but I did finish something ahead of time, not on complete stressed out deadline. This is a teacher's gift. This is going to be a beach tote, like a bag. Fits a couple magazines. And it is made with King Cole Raffia yarn. The colorway is Carousel. And I just picked up these durable plastic bag hooks from Pins and Needles and Grey Shot, my local haberdashery. I love how this turned out. Isn't that fab? Look at the rainbow speckly colors. And it is raffia. Let me show you. It's kind of like a coated raffia meant for knitting and crochet. It is really fun. The bright colors, variegated all the way down. If you can see close up, if it will allow me. There. It's smooth. It's not the normal paper raffia that you use for gift wrap or anything that's quite stiff. It is smooth and a bit soft. It's still paper, so it's not as soft as yarn, but it works up a treat. And isn't that fun? That's going to be one of the teacher gifts, and I just think that's really fun. I'll put something in it. I have this thing about giving some sort of container or vessel or bag empty. I think it's bad luck. I've probably just made that up myself, but I'll put probably either a good magazine, a good read for someone, or cookies. When in doubt, I bake for everybody. So that's a good one. The King Cole Raffia is really fun to work with, but I learned very quickly you have to keep it in a yarn bowl or in a bag or in something, because this unravels. It just completely falls apart. Like the whole thing will suddenly there. Like that, and before you know it, you have that. So if you are working with raffia or anything like that, it doesn't have the I don't know, maybe yarn just kind of sticks to itself naturally kind of thing, but this does not. And I took the label off and half of it just so I put it in a yarn bowl. Now I still have plenty left over. This used, I think, 2.5 bowls. King Cole does have a nice little sheet of 4 bag patterns that you could purchase along with this, along with the raffia. I had purchased it and I'd started this bag quite a few months ago just for fun. I wasn't even sure if I wanted it to be a teacher's gift. I just wanted to make it. And then this is the neat corner of my craft room, and I won't even show you what's happening over there. But somewhere over there is the pattern to this. I don't know where. So I got to a certain point, put it away, picked it up a couple weeks ago, and thought I'd like to finish that. Could not find the pattern, so I just did double crochet all the way around straight up. I think the original bag went out a little bit more, but it doesn't matter to me. I just like the look of it just like this. So I just kept going straight up, double crochet. In the American terms, that's single crochet. But I love the stitch definition with this. Every stitch is a different color. Isn't that fun? And I do have some left, as you saw. So what I plan to do, another quick, this is quick, that took a little bit of time, but the really quick teacher gifts. Everybody knows about mug cozies, but I thought raffia around a little plant pot, wouldn't that be cute? this little plant cozy. We have aloe vera in our kitchen, as should everybody, because it's a very, very useful medicinal plant. And aloe vera tends to have babies, and this is one of about 5 little babies that I've planted up separately. And I think it makes a really cute little gift for like a teaching assistant or a friend, or a little housewarming gift or something like that. And I think this would be a really jolly, look, it's fallen apart again. What's the point? Anyway, it makes a really jolly little cover for that. I've made plant covers before that cover the whole pot, but I just look like I have an aloe vera mustache. I just noticed that. What I'm going to do is, I've made a pot cover before that starts off as a circle on the bottom and then works its way up, but I found that when I water the plants, if water goes through, as it tends to do with succulents, because you don't water them often, then you have a whole soggy yarn pot, plant pot. So I'm just going to make like a mug cozy like you would, and I'm just going to use the raffia and just make it like a sleeve, and that just slip the pot into it. That way when I water it and the water comes through, it will not wet the raffia, because I know this isn't traditional paper raffia that will completely fall apart when wet like paper, but it's not like it's, t-shirt yarn. So I'll hook up a few of those, cover those up, and there's another, that's a nice little quick gift for someone in very jolly summery colors. Oh my word. Sorry, the next door neighbor, he's going to think I'm mad. The next door neighbor, they're having extension done on their house, and I'm up on the 2nd floor of our house, and there's a man walking around on the roof over there doing some roofing. I wasn't expecting to see him up this high. I'm just seeing if he notices me. No, good. He's stuck in his work, thankfully. Anyway, what's next? More gifts. Oh, here's what I'm working on. I said about this last time, I believe. You remember my Spun Gold Shawl from Kat Goldin, which was a delight to make, and I made it in this beautiful pink Life in the Long Grass yarn. I enjoyed making this so much. One of the teachers, I think, would really love one of these, and I'm making it in one of her favorite colors, this beautiful electric turquoisey tealy blue, peacock blue it's almost. Isn't that gorgeous? It is Harriet, Juniper Moon Farm Harriet Fine. It is so soft. It is alpaca and nylon, I think polyamide. It is so soft and snuggly, which is not fantastic for this weather because it is quite warm and sunny outside. However, it's not stopping me. I made a start. This is just obviously just the very, very beginning of it, but I just thought this yarn would lend itself really well to this pattern. So the beginning is you just set up the solo bit, and then you start doing the quadruple trebles. I don't even know what that is in American terms. Quadruple, wow, whatever. Quadruple double, maybe. You wrap the yarn over 5 times. And I just think that's going to be really striking when it's finished. I will get that one finished soon. So, yeah, so I'll keep you updated on that on Instagram and on here. All my contact details are found below. I'm not going to ramble them out to you right now. You could just click on the box below and see all the other places you can find me, and all the details for this yarn, and everything I show is down there. I've talked about it, typed it all up so you could click on anything and find it yourself. This is so soft. Alpaca. That's happy. Oh, there's 2 of them now. So there's something else I've started. It's not a gift. It's a gift for myself. Let's put it that way. I'm making something for me, which I've rambled on about forever, but I've actually started it. It's the Good Vintage Cardigan from Simply Crochet magazine. Last week I was at one of the knitting and crochet clubs I go to, and my friend Alex from Sew Alex on Instagram was working on this and finished hers. She brought it along to sew on the buttons, and then she put it on for us, and it looked so gorgeous. It was just so yummy. that I went home and I took all the yarns I'd chosen for the project, DMC, Natura Just Cotton, 4-ply, and I put them in an order and I just started hooking it. I know I have 1,000 other things to do, and everybody there was laughing at me, saying another whip, but life is one big whip. And look at that. Ooh! I don't mind putting on another whip if it looks like that. Isn't that lovely? It's so happy. It works up so quickly. I forgot how quick a granny stripe is. So this is from Simply Crochet magazine. I'll put a picture in here because I've left the magazine, I don't know, downstairs or somewhere. The one thing I am a bit nervous about, because I don't often make garments because I just worry about the fit, put all that work in and have it not fit properly. I've done a test swatch and it was fine. My tension was fine. But I find the size 8 to 10, because I'm petite, the size 8 to 10 is, it seems quite big. I wonder if I should stand up. So, I mean, it is really, really, I mean, that's what it's like. I know a cardigan's loose, but crikey. So, I've come down a hook size, which is why on this edge you have, it kind of curves in dramatically about 1/2 inch on either side. Because I just was working and thinking this is really, really big. And that's without the edging and the buttons. So I'm going to keep going because I'm not frogging it at this point. That's a lot of colors and that's a lot of yarn and that's a lot of fun work, but work. And I'm just going to keep going with it because it's a cardigan. And so even if it's a bit oversized or roomy, I'll wear it in the winter with stuff underneath, layers underneath. It's cotton. I could try shrinking it at some point. I don't know. We'll deal with that when we get there. So once I have this made, if it is proving to be huge, then I'll ask you for help and say, somebody give me some tips, see what to do. Or I'll just do a giveaway and give it to someone who is taller than me. So along with the bag, there is something else off my hook, and it is behind me. I put pictures on Instagram of this. This is the woolly mahoosive yarn I made into a giant cushion. Giant rectangular cushion. The kids love it and have been, well, taking turns with it. First they fought over it and said, I want it. So it said, no, it belongs to the sitting room, the living room. And they've been taking turns snuggling it whenever they're watching telly or we're hanging out in the living room. So it is really, really yummy. It is soft and very tactile. And I have it up here for right now, and it's very comfy, I will say. Maybe I'll just claim it for my... I tried to tousle my hair, because it's summer and everything. I don't tousle very well. I'm more asleep. Anyway, I don't tousle well. I still have a load of the edging left, because I just did the edging in the turquoise. This is really soft as well. I was using this, I have this really lovely handmade ceramic bowl in my sitting room, and this just fit perfectly in it. So for a while it was like objet d'or. It just had like a little artistic little thing sitting there in the bowl with the giant hook. Check it out! 25mm hook from Woolly Mahoosive. Henry, you're a star. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So it looked kind of like an art installation, this giant hook and giant ball of yarn. I'll probably put it back there because I just like how it looks in my living room. But I will find something else to do with this. I have a couple things in mind, like some bowls and vessels and things like that, but I just like sitting and looking at it for right now because it's gorgeous. So today it's all about gifts, but not just ones that I'm giving, but also some ones that I've received recently, which is always nice. So a couple weeks ago, my friend Jules from So Sweet Violet and I ventured up to London, and we met some very special friends there that we've been, well, kind of like we've been friends for years online anyway, but to take the step from virtual to a reality was really fun. We met Sam from Betsy Makes and Sandra from Cherry Heart, and what a blast. I always love meeting friends from Instagram and from blogging and vlogging and everything because you just kind of already know each other. you know you're going to get along because you have so much in common, because there's a reason we follow each other, for the hobbies and the interests and things. And it's almost like when we met, we were just picking up where we left off last time, even though we'd never met before. So it was really, really fun. But of course, when you meet friends like that for the first time, there's the big presents. We all just exchange big hugs and presents. And so I have some lovely, lovely things to show you. So Sandra, she's like my shawl guru. I have followed her for years, and I've done a whole bunch of her patterns because I love her patterns. I wear the shawls over and over again. I made the cherry blossom bag, everything. And I was a bit like worried I was going to fangirl her. She would think I was bonkers. But luckily she was really cool with that. I brought my Ricecle shawl and kind of showed her. And yeah, and I think she liked seeing her things made by one of her fangirls. Anyway, so she gave me this really cute little Kat Goldin bag with city on it. So London. And inside, there were all sorts of goodies, including a little hand cream that is so nice, keeping me soft. But it was these mini skeins. I love little minis, and I don't have many yet. I don't have many minis. But she kind of knew this would make me go, eep! Aren't they pretty? So we have here, the blue one is Eden Cottage Yarns Gem. I love Eden Cottage Yarns. The pink is Herbstblatt Regina Petal Pink. Oh, perfect. Perfectly there in the light. Look at that petal pink. And the pink, yellow, and green is Nora George Sherbet. So I'm just tempted just to keep these furbages like this and hang them on the wall of Crochet Love. They're just so lovely. Thank you, Sandra. So yeah, lots of giggles and lots of fun and talk. And the promise of meeting up again very soon. Then Sam from Betsy Makes gave us little Betsy Makes drawstring project bags. Look at that. Ooh, isn't that gorgeous fabric? The Liberty Love. And perfect little size for like 2 balls of yarn and hooks or needles. But inside, wait for it. Oh, some of her own yarn. Look at that. Summery, just tropically juicy, yummy yarn. Oh my goodness. This is her special sock fingering weight. Superwash merino, 25% silk, which makes it so soft. And the color is Aegean Sea, which it definitely is. Oh, there's bits of pink. I've been handling it too much. It's starting to fall apart a bit. So I'm going to have to skein it, ball it up and make something out of it. Look, there's greens. There's teeny speckles of pink and turquoises and blues. Oh my gosh. I have a couple different ideas. I think it's going to have to be some kind of shawl thing that I could, or scarf thing that could be on show around my neck all the time. I say that because I don't know how to make socks yet. I might learn how to make socks, and I'd make socks out of them, but I just always think they're on your feet, and I just want to show them off unless I go around without shoes. Look at that blue. Goodness me. Anyway, I'll hang it up here for a little while, though, first, because I want to look at it all the time. Sam, you're a star. I don't know. Friends who can dye yarn like that, I just don't know how y'all do it. It's so lovely. And the best thing was Jules, even though we were going up together, she made me some things too. So I got presents from Jules, who lives 5 minutes down the road. It was lovely. I got, amongst other things, her latest little creation. It's one of the best ideas. So it's a beautiful little tiny drawstring pouch with a little cloud, and look at this sequence. She just sews them all on by hand. Look. And then there were some stitch markers inside. A little rainbow. My youngest, is rainbow mad, so I'm trying to keep that hidden from her because she'll take it and make it into a necklace or something. And then all these beautiful little stitch markers and progress keepers. I have one more that is on a project already, so I'll show you that. And then she also gave me 2 little lavender sachets that are Well, one has the little cloud on it, and the other's pretty fabric, but they're, I thought they were in here, but I then realized they're already in some of my drawers, making everything smell pretty. Thank you, Jules. And while I'm on the topic of Jules, she's come up with, along with the project, with the cloud, her latest rainbow bag. Oh my gosh, look at that. So it's keeping with the theme of the cloud and the sequin rains, but look, the rainbow colors. Oh my. It's like a bucket bottom. Different colored zippers. I chose the blue with the tassel, and then inside, as usual, you have her perfect little pockets, perfectly made. A little ring. And here's where the other stitch marker is. I'm keeping my Match and Move shawl. Oh, I'm digressing. I'm not on the hook. What's on the hook? I'm on what's on the needles. Yeah, this will take 20 seconds because I'm just new to this. The last stitch marker she got just so happens to perfectly match my shawl. Can't even see it. And I've made a little bit of progress with my shawl. So there, that's the latest with that. Isn't it lovely? I'm going away for an overnight in a couple of days, and I think I might take that along. It's just, and I'm going to stitch up that little hole now that I know what it is and how to fix it. This is all about learning. This is the learning curve with knitting or with any new craft. So I'm really enjoying making that, though. It's really fun. So I brought that along, and now that will live in the happy rainbow bag. Thank you, Jules. That is awesome. She's made a batch. I think they're all sold out, but keep your eyes peeled. She'll make some more. Okay, that's the hook and needles bit of it. That's the yarn love. Let's find out what is in my hoop. So, along with some gifts that are made from yarn, I'm doing a few gifts that are embroidered as well. I have this tiny treble clef. This is just a piece of vintage linen that I picked up at one of the vintage fairs I go to, and I decided to just start doing a little very small treble clef in green and then some silk ribbon blossoms on there. I was just playing around and doing little ones here and there, and then I was thinking, I don't know, you know, I wasn't sure what I was doing, but or where I was going with it. But then I've been gathering lavender in my garden to dry lately, and you could see here I'm just experimenting with kind of making them more like lavender. So here's a couple sprigs, and I'll add a few more sprigs there to make it a bit more of a lavender treble clef rather than just a treble clef with little ribbon blossoms. Just see what happens. Because if I don't like it, I'll snip them out. But then I thought, actually, if I make them with little lavender blossoms, if I cut it out, I can make a little lavender sachet with the lavender I've dried from my garden. And that would be a really lovely little present for a music teacher. And we have a couple music teachers, so I should make at least 3 or 4 of them. So I'll keep you posted with that. I really enjoy making them, and the linen's really lovely. Along with lavender sachets, I also have, I know you've seen the glass frame here, and I've used little square glass frames, but I was at my favorite little homeware shop, Hill & Co. in Grey Shot. I'll leave the details below. And her latest one are these little rectangular frames, which are perfect. I just think they're a nice little shape just to hang. A lot of times I'll use these at Christmas and crochet some little snowflakes to put inside or whatever, but just to have hanging anywhere, really. I just think they're darling. And it doesn't have to have that. I could just hang on the wall on a nail or something with that. So I could put the treble clef in there as well, maybe. Possibilities are endless. So I'm going to be stitching some nice little presents for the teachers as well. One last gift I'm working on. I have started doing a 40 days of yoga mindfulness type of thing just for myself, because I find that I really, really enjoy yoga, and it's very calming and soothing, and it keeps me flexible and just makes me feel good. But I usually just do a class once or twice a week. And I thought, why don't I just try to do it every day? I know lots of people have a daily practice and I don't, but I thought I'd try to start one. And it could be yoga, or it could be a little bit of mindfulness or meditation, just sitting, just something to every day ground me a little. And I'm finding it's really helping. I'm sleeping better. I'm just a bit more chilled out with the day, just because if I just have even 5 minutes on my own, just being, I can handle anything. So my yoga teacher, I told her about this, and she has been so lovely, because I just said, oh, I'm trying this out, and she's been texting me to check in, and every couple of days she'll say, how's it going? Like, I totally wasn't expecting this, especially because she's on a retreat in Greece right now. So the last thing I expect her to do is text me like, how's your practice coming along? You know, have you taken 5 minutes today? So I am so grateful for her for that, because it really does keep me going. It gives me a boost. Like, I like being able to tell her, yes, I've done my practice today. And, you know, she can even sense if I'm having a rubbish day, because like last weekend I was having a really tough day, and everybody was giving me a hard time. You know how when the whole world just is against you. And I just got this text from her saying, 5 minutes, just stop and breathe. And I just thought, is she watching me? Like, you know, it's one of those things that I'm like, okay, but I did that. And then, woo, absolutely fine. So I want to make her something, because she's really special person to me. And I know she likes, because I've done embroidery before, and she likes the embroidery and crochet and things that I do, but I have seen this saying in a lot of places, and I thought I could embroider it for. It's Om Sweet Om. I've seen it written OM, OM, and I've seen it with cross stitch, and I've seen it in all sorts of different ways, but I do like the symbol, and I know she likes the symbol for Om. So I thought, what if I took that, and if I did it in different colors, or whatever, in some beautiful colors on some linen, and either have it in hoop art or use a glass frame like that, a bigger one. So don't tell her, no one tell her, but I'm going to be stitching that over the next few weeks. Om Sweet Om. I probably want one for myself as well, but I just think it's so cute. So that was my latest brainstorm with that, and that's a gift for her, for helping me get through the 40 days. I'm maybe 3 weeks in now, I think. I don't know. I'm just feeling so chilled out. I don't know what date it is. What's happening at home? Well, along with all the making and baking and getting things ready for the end of term, kind of going along with the 40 days of yoga mindfulness vibe, I have been allowing myself to turn off social media in the evenings when I go to bed, and instead of staring at the screen and flicking and liking everything, which I love doing, but probably not a good idea just before bed, I've been reading some gorgeous magazines. So the first one is Breathe magazine. I know my friend Emma from Potter and Bloom had the last issue on her last podcast, but I told her about this magazine. I love it, and it was funny because I think the day that I watched her talking about it, I got my subscription copy in, and I love this magazine. It's just nice short articles, 1 or 2 pages, just about all sorts of topics. This month everything's backwards. Pretty postcards, mood, food, wild warriors, start your day with intention, all the things that just make you pause and think a little bit and kind of bring you back to yourself. And it is beautifully illustrated. One of those magazines I read cover to cover, like every article. I don't know many articles where I do that. There are even some recipes in this one that I absolutely loved. Vegan stuff, Emma. It's really good. Anyway, so yes, thumbs up for Breathe magazine. No ads. Bonus. Beautiful paper, no ads, actual readable, helpful articles. Bravo, Breathe, bravo. I got this, well, I have the subscription, but it can be found in bigger W.H. Smith's. I found one in M&S Food. You know, I've been giving it to friends. And yeah, the other one that I adore, that I've had for, I don't know, weeks now, but I'm loving it so much I feel the need to share it, is Plants Are Magic. This is like a little book zine. Again, no ads in this one. Look at that cover. I just love that cover. For makers, dreamers, and plant lovers. And this is a beautiful magazine, kind of self-published by Rebecca Desnos. I don't know if I say that correctly. It could be some French thing like Desnos, but Rebecca Desnos. I will put all her contact details below. I follow her on Instagram, and I follow the Plants Are Magic on Instagram, and it is just full of lovely, healing, nourishing, inspiring, and all sorts of things about plants and dying with plants, and again, just something that slows me down in the evening and lets me pause for thought and kind of connect with life and just feel good and plan good things and think happy thoughts. And I don't know, with everything going on in the world, I just love things like this that just make you pause and appreciate. And with that, I think I'm just going to pause and appreciate and say thank you for visiting with me today. And I hope you have a very lovely week and weekend, and enjoy some sunshine and some calm, peace and quiet, and also some rowdy, lively fun, and just enjoy life. I'm getting all mystical now. So time to go play with yarn and thread. Thank you very much, and I will see you soon.